nka so person dey share bia no fa share fro na yenko
Chelsea na omo name omo new coach. Yeah, I think say it will only be right if Nkomo no be share everywhere.
All right.
Omo na sebi omo ekuta the fresh news ewo ho na sometimes a normal echo into decisions, you know. What in China, Abia, you may have a different opinion, but omo no ewo GDB omo edesha nioma than what in China. Now, 7% what Chelsea any nioma ekoso asiya. Sene no ane ye chechu mu no. From Enzo Maresca's problem with medical team suggesting from the technical directors about rotation and some 1 or 2 and as a few misunderstanding with transfer targets. You could clearly see say Chelsea any Enzo Maresca our no it wasn't too major. And you some case here behind the sea.
It was a minor issue. Yeah. And uncommit me a solve it.
And you some case here behind. Make us say and you some case here behind because unless Enzo Maresca all of a sudden saw himself as a pep. Say and yes, and the small suggestions, even above suggestions, say a year in Shaka because of policy near the Yama, you know. Rich, me say I was a idea a bro Enzo Maresca to accept and manage. Especially when he Enzo Maresca had been given the opportunity as one of the biggest clubs in Europe, Chelsea. No kwini yemi ni dia na Enzo Maresca aye ansana over Chelsea no. Yeah. He doesn't deserve it.
Say na kebi. So from championship. The whole Chelsea with the players are no matter no. Ye na ka so I want to survive.
He doesn't deserve. But the club took the risk. And say undeserving bibina you taking risk with you. I think so something also must give from your side. Where
compromise
exactly only a senior maybe I say you handle it in a diplomatic way. Look, that is the bone of contention with my unit just here. They both think say class no big, but they've taken a decision to build, and taking a decision to build no, and they don't want to go in for the big coaches, they want to build with Obia a common dinner said the club no person be the corner, and you will be 1 million. And there are some policies we are associated with Sikasam or club anymore. They want someone who will understand. Na onuma babe yejubana. And the moment they give you that opportunity, now in the management of the day to day, what's the sister who show BBHS you are bigger than the process I in a corner, they find problems with you. Now, minim say omomo handle social. I don't know if we are even on social media.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I think say they've put it on it already. Rich, say Osha diagram na eda omo share ewo Nhyira TV or YouTube no so a odi wuti ready I just how you will know what I am talking about. Yedika be chechemu dada say Bruko for no ne Todd Boli mobile no almost your project nyina is to build the best young team in Europe. And they are buying to all the best young players our team no more their team na oma the future and the team their brain. Now Rich Enuntino so what's your graphic here display? Doesn't it make sense to you why they've gone in for Liam?
Because Europe the youngest crowd in Europe.
Strasbourg. Yes. And the moment and Tiasia ma omone Maresca and Temna also muja o mawari no. So mu show mu policy na da hona. Any the anti Enzo Maresca buy, now they just have to replace him and move on. Rich, they think they don't have to go outside. Because already in the whole of Europe, the youngest team is with one of Omuko clubs. And then or the young team in the yard here. Now you put the next graphic, you go to the French League and Strasbourg at the 7th. Behind Lens, Paris Saint-Germain, Marseille, Lille, Olympique Lyon, and Rennes. And so show mu points they have the same, they have 24 points. Our 30, 30, 32, 32, 39, 40. Not so far off. And Obian himself, Strasbourg in your team, or you expected to win the French League. But at the end, say Liam was doing very, very well with the team. Ni playing star, ni player management, ni flexibility, and in the BBR. Now, if I am to add more graphics to the Ayaka one seminar, let me add another one so that we will go into it. At least the overall view of the way of born. Now, Rich, you look at the attack. Now, Ocean is shot quality of 98. Ocean a chances creation of 68. Ni patient attack in the form. What it means is that he is one coach. We should be direct. Oba ni defense. And why he is scoring very, very low with defense because you could clearly see say he is so ambitious as a coach. Yanko attack it. And it's over possession. The only placer or score very, very high and deep build up. The transitions from a Chile economy over 90. Now the central progression 87. Now, so what show the parameters are? The one now say it gives you an impression say he is a high level attacking coach. So what Chelsea squad here was here? Rich say Obia a fitter. On paper, you will need coach BCC. So be a fitter. Not Chelsea squad no any now.
Coach or attacking
aggressively. And it is one of this season in the big games under Enzo Maresca. If Chelsea decide to go full blown on first 11, no matter you saw a team where any bit near attacking aggressively, that is where Chelsea has triumphed. That is where they've played their best games. And they are getting a coach that suits their agenda now. Hey, on Krabby, they have energy, they have aggression. Look, let them build up well, let them build through centrally, and let us be very, very aggressive when we get to the final third. And Liam says, then I'm your man. I am your man. Even at Strasbourg, mini Pedro Neto, mini Copama, mini Estevao, mini Ganacho, mini Gittins, mini Sao Pedro, mini Dilap, mini Moas Casedo, Mini Enzo Fernandez, but I'm able to play this kind of football. If you give me these players, I will give you what you want. Now, the reason why Liam Mo, they are so comfortable taking up the Chelsea job, and they say, Rich, Yempo. Even though Chelsea DNA and Roman Abramovich was clever or you're too resource oriented, under these people, the Ben almost a coach by almost all the targets on Goji League and on Goji Champions League. No. And see, Obia within the club circles being himself. Oh, Sasa me Liam menu Kofoya and here, Juma. Semi Tisim Koma air course within a company now. Chelsea Juma comes as a sighting as a young coach, make my Kwakojaye. And they have not even gotten to the level where they are giving me optimum targets. Same in G League. Oh, some economy for qualify for Champions League. Me to be finishing in the top 4.
I can achieve it.
No more money is our place, and I'm finding Juma. No more so reaching me CV there. Then this is the best opportunity I will get. And Untina, me name so I observe this idea here. I said, you made the for around the kakra. He's too excited about it.
Interview no
yes, no babonte. You know, me come here almost ever sign people personal. Me excited some about Juman Kadi. Oh, I'm coming here. Didi. Even to the extent say he have gone into commenting on transfers in Rich, it is not his fault. It is a big opportunity for a young black coach who probably did not dream. Say Obetimi a Chelsea coach at this time. Now, me only challenge kakra say, Rich, ya kwa yese on. Minka majority, but Chelsea fans are divided on the journey now. Todd Bolimone blue co for the best one do mokono.
Maybe them in survey kakra, you know. I think a majority.
A majority. Yeah.
Most of them. And none can be a question we cry. Sir, there's this school of thought or feel say, look, as a new owners we know. Pe coaches are bet me per word be
influence you.
They can easily influence.
Of course.
And you obit say Luis Enrique at a point every interview. No Luis Enrique no. But I don't pay coaches are easily they can influence. And the Maresca Monday coaches are almost said them kuta. But Chelsea for us to feel say, look, this is Roman Abramovich Chelsea.
So that was where I was coming.
Team Ajit trophies, Ajit Champions League, result-oriented team. Now say all of a sudden now say it's a team now mid-table team. Oh, you qualify for top 4. You go Champions League, go and do well. I said, I'm not convinced with new owners in the project no more, you know.
But you see, that was the lane and I'm about to him.
Okay.
But Rich, even in that contest, they are complicated. And I will give you reasons why. This generation way. Say Ubusanko for be 10 on the streets. Say why and they're the best coach of this generation. They will probably mention Pep.
Yeah.
Rich. A whole Barcelona. Time when I went to Pep Obano, he was a nobody. Yeah. Now, if you scan around Europe, probably say Uyi Ebia Luis Enrique Friwa. Rich. The big clubs in Europe. Uyi Ebia Luis Enrique. Uyi Ebia now Pep with Man City because he has been big and he has been there for a very, very long time. You have few. And there was a Luis Enrique Pep examples, you know. The rest have taken a certain risk with Tomu coaches. Remember? It is Uyi Luis Enrique, Uyi Hansi Flick, Uyi Pepper. Rich. Bayern and find a team in my company.
Even Arsenal
is casting
Ateta free.
Even today, Ateta. Yes, even today, Ateta was oh yeah, big. So you just can. How many years now? Atletico Madrid gave the team to Simeone. No, why are they? Look, Patrick Vieira has been coaching around Genoa, Monet, Adie. And you could clearly see, say, me, I am not against a club identifying a young coach and say, let's risk it with him. Because I'm yes, I know my nyachum. When since I mean so start me do football today, I make arguments for my greatest to be Pep. But Pep started from nowhere. You like reserve team coach. A club like Barca gave it to him. And today, obviously, wow. And I am not against it. Now, and say Chelsea ni biba no say Ayala, we are used to Gusedink, Jose, Antonio Conte. We are used to bringing in the big coaches. No more winning no mama hen. Na Maresca football na asisa kakra. In the last 10-15 years, these things are changing. So you need to also change your mindset, kakra. Now again, Rich. Along the same lines, within the last 5-6 years, Chelsea winning Champions League. They've won the Champions League we took away. Yeah. They've won the FIFA Club World Cup. Mm-hmm. On the continental level, these are the 2 top trophies. They've won it. And does it suggest to you, say, even baby omunamno success ain't guaranteed, Anna? Many sure say you can say that. Say, baby omunamno just say absolutely success ain't guaranteed. Omuntimi really say cry. No. So Ubana to me or no year, just as Enzo Maresca won the FIFA Club World Cup with this same team, no. Me Jesus, you started season way. Reach at a point, Chelsea were seen as strong contenders for the Premier League. And maybe going to FIFA monsieur, the pese, yeah, the pressure but in reality, they were playing games and they were winning it. Me, from baby Abetino, me sure Chelsea team need dinner. I just think they need 1 or 2 additions to be a quality be a or more experience because even when Arsenal were building their youngest team, they considered bringing in players like Leandro Trossard more. Almost more experience. Carabino they have from. Probably that is what is missing with Chelsea. And for those who are saying, say, I say the blue coat for the net bolimo. I'm gonna say team ni omo the end baby omo kono. It differ from majority of us and yes, philosophy and the team next year the nim Chelsea omo tie no. Rich, are complicated.
Okay.
A woman say no credit. They would have want a coach with more pedigree, understandable Chelsea style. And no credit. They would have want a transfer to be the creme de la creme of players that are matured. Or maybe superstars, and then you name such Chelsea too. But Rich, when they switched, it still conforms to a name the way and conform your club, and there have been successes along the way. Meaning, say a year too dark a place, and I'm paying for the person who do more community. It's a matter of finding the balance. For me, a matter of finding the balance.
Okay.
You bring Liam in, he gets the best out of this young team. They can be very, very competitive on any day. They hear and say, so what ye am come be a métier bia and they say they've told Liam, look, your only problem with Enzo Maresca, according to your policy, is your consistency.
You're consistent.
You say you're on crabby bray and adding to demand consistency from Unkra. But we need a coach that will get that out of the Unkra.
Ayala, I don't know. Is it possible?
It's possible.
Because my tongue cry baby. And my culture is a look. And granny and Pesa Ubemu be at bench rusty.
Yes.
So when you rotate your way, we have a booby. We have a booby. In football, I mean, Ayala, me no idea actually. You say, coach Bianiwa or changing in the winning team.
Of course.
And it's a why do you catch him? So, oh, look, your tongue grab baby. You will be better than bench, no be rusty.
Of course.
We book
manage the squad well. Yes.
And Martin no consistency.
Is she rich again? This season.
Ubenya result now open.
This season. Say open one of the teams a higher rotation bar Arsenal. It be on bar and yet the fourth of Ateta so be rotation no.
Yeah.
But have they not been able to get consistent results? Look,
Ateta building team.
The only thing they say, one, in doing rotation, you still have to have a structure that is well built. And found about Beshim. So Beshim say Kim, it works. That is the level they must get to. Because at a point, the captain of the guard was not there. As a Beshim, you don't even feel the difference. How many matches now Gabriel Martinelli Obama after this season? Baby Obono, Ocha position with Trossard and other players, but you don't see problem. At a point, Victor Jokeras or found by so last season he needs to take a or be pray. Arsenal didn't even have Kaya Havertz and no bomb force number 9 last season. No, Mikel Moreno, no more than because the system was there. Not ever. The point I want to make is say, even with Mikel Barcelona, Rich, Hansi Flick by him. How many empenyufo and superstars has he added to the team? Enye lami ya ma mone Bade mone Kubasi mo Pedri mo Ferran enye mo team no. But have they not relatively achieved some level of success? Look, even with Luis Enrique, Rich, the team that he won everything with Paris Saint-Germain. Graphic which team was the second youngest in the whole of Europe? Paris Saint-Germain. They even have a younger squad than Chelsea. But they are European champions. They were finals of the FIFA Club World Cup. And you can say, a young team, you can't be consistent with them. It is a matter of the coach. And that is where Chelsea folks must hope they get to. Maybe they say, oh, Rich, in my experience in this football environment, if there is a gap between the projects and the supporters, they lack the team spirit.
That's true.
And Chelsea for here.
Era Begins Ayala.
Yes. Yes.
My supporters
you need to carry them. Yes, you need to carry them along.
Yeah, 5-year project.
Yes.
First 2 years, and you the team. Good. Trophies in the back.
Chelsea fans must understand. Say, look, baby, Omodi Aircon. A woman say, baby, a free band is different from probably baby a social econo. And I say, there was some doubts, kakrebi. But if we give absolute support, may the team spirit to take it, probably we'll be able to get there.
Okay.
And they should get there.
Usaini, I'll say we the Chelsea fans welcome Liam Rosenior to the best club in the world. Our advice, don't be too pragmatic in your selection. I say the first advice of the man no. Omu Chelsea food na omamana akwaba. But more may you too pragmatic with the selection.
What does he mean? Too pragmatic, they say? Because pragmatism is everything now. So what can say more a man pragmatic? Are you suggesting he must be rigid? He can't be rigid.
Chelsea, me, I think most of our supporters the problem with Maresca no. Oh babe.
My tricky way. But Rich, you see, probably if Abia people may not really know Liam, I think Liam is even more flexible than Maresca. In terms of, let me share, my main share another graphic be man.
Look, you will say, what these owners are doing is totally business. Most of the players they bought last season will be sold this coming summer. Trust me. I say, so new owners now, must almost trophies at Chelsea.
Now, Rich,
it's really business. You know, the football circles, not.
Yeah. No. But how many of those players in Chelsea are tongue?
Oh, see him cry. You call Arsenal. Hey, this guy. No ni Madueke.
No ni Madueke or call Arsenal. No, he went to Arsenal not as a superstar or Chelsea Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal felt to say he could add up to their squad, and he's been underused at Chelsea. He wasn't sold as a superstar, and they really got good value out of the situation. Now, Rich, you look at the graphic in the and minim say uncommon all the facts about Liam Ebadia. Look, so we see Enzo Maresca was pragmatic, and that he was too fluid and flexible. I didn't want to change way. Look, what you see, within this season alone, the last 6 ships of Strasbourg and Liam.
And he's
very, very pragmatic and flexible. Yes, 6 in the last. This is the last 6 in Pool.
Wow.
The last 6 and one some media 2 and so we had the last 6 now. We are talking only from November 2025. Yeah. From November 2nd, 2025 to Enamino Kase. Watching ships in Kwa 6. And
James, oh yeah, Chelsea fan. Is it there's all you to say, look, Sana the end of my young pass a project.
That is what my advice.
Okay.
They should understand the situation as such.
Arsenal, how do I say? Ayala really educated me, and I say, one more hope be brave. And I pay with education. I didn't have family. I don't know.
That is, you see, these are the facts. It is either obejatum and be on board, or you will forever be debating with yourself. And the best thing for a supporter to do is to understand the project and back it. Now, Rich, yes, Friday here came here. And now, workers, Efre Amorim in a meeting. Now, for BOT, maybe only workers, the director of football at Manchester United. Now, what's your sources from inside Manchester? Almost you, workers, your friend, no, so, be deep positive in Como, Sebi, a deep feedback, Papa, any progression, about only the coach within Commerce and a any more corner because when we say last season, my you need this season, my you know, improvement, Rich, almost incommodate anymore. Everything was okay until workers asked about the system, Nibium. So, Nancy Mounse, as watching you with three back in a buffo, no. Nasani, a day along the way, Sabe, almost all of a sudden, he blew up. And see if Bonikas will be a blow up, that's what ja. A Kasaka on top of his voice. And you did it. Tiamu, I didn't know how my Juma and I did cheer where I did cheer when I was. I didn't come in with say news at level. Uja, okay, what the the meeting upon. So workers reported it to Barada. See you.
Yeah, see you.
And your more my campaign for say, Charlie. Now we have had a behind the Bonnie Viana. And come meet him in the Casacasa for Fasorico. No, okay. Yeah, Famudi. Yeah, Gidi said, Amorim Bayano. He has presided over one of the worst areas in Manchester. But the bed on one Amorim to say, yeah, Wabontia, you're thrown under the bus. We've always supported him. At a point in time, Mekai, Omar Barada Bekan said, Manchester United, the so much league in the 13 years, somebody do man versus Emma Bekan said, into Montana go from that time, Nana. Rich, all that they were doing was proper PR for him.
Sure.
People say, Masa.
Akwepa.
Oh, by no crying, yes, sebi. Oh, yeah, dear, be now, but you.
Around 36% winning rate.
But yet,
Manchester United, 36.
But yet, I have born bank a kanga cry, bomb pay say, and will be improving. But when you saw the air on it, yeah. Now, Uberstatia, Tatia, said, yeah, Bonivia, and I see a new Then, after the game, he went on to say, I came here to be the man of Masa. What are you talking about? And the dear Ben Kwan who be that woman. Yenye way in a monkey and unto one. Now, dear fire women now parking so. Nasty, I see you know Bakon Kakanga. Now, for the woman echo about Tico Ketin press and say, yeah, woman, a problem. No. Until on Monday, Omar and workers met him and told him, Ora, would you make any idea? And we've informed the board, and even without a board meeting, from Sir Jim and the Glazers say we should move ahead with the decision and inform you. Now you see, Rich, Man U situation. The money different kakrebi from Chelsea. The end say, Man U paying for long. They are not as close to the club, and they've not really had time to develop a policy. Be and they said the Chelsea I know. I know Shekwan Obia or Trump be team so Chelsea somewhere they want to build the best young team. What does Manchester United want to build? You get it? And they've created a vacuum here.
Confused him.
Oh, where so just say okay, that is the problem.
You need direction.
That is the problem. That is the reason why. Who say my unit Chelsea have had situations on my job coach quite. You've seen how quickly Chelsea have been able to identify the Obetimabeto project. So, Man U is going back to, you see, all the nanas are offering home. So, someone to do a namunya will be a me or Obetimabe Sumana, minimum ye. Say what you not my probe, Amana Banti. Those are the little details. Rich, me, crown.
Okay.
Look, how do I made them a Casassim when I shot? Share. The American example Weber. One time me call Baba post match press conference Kotoko game. I think it was Kotoko against Brekum Chelsea. So time na Steve Pollack and Kotoko coach. Na Akwesimoto Jackson was Kotoko main midfielder power team in him. But we saw him Akwesimoto. Bobo Senikidika gidi. I say, as we check it drew. Na sa game no. Na aka one other away game, then Kotoko will play has. Na Akwesimoto at the accumulated cards.
Me kai sa game no pa.
Inti Sena in the next game, Odi yellow card on has, and he was Kotoko's main man. On team me say house game no. Team Kobe as people like say. Akwesimoto is just one card away from missing the house game. But the way I ran Bono, there is no ultimate any assurance. We are saying, Akwesimoto in a game we on the yellow. It's only the Bekasana. No, I Tony Dakakra, at least to be available for the house game. Unmasama simple like a me. Or say, a good observation, pa na mayeno. But no Ukraine say, players be say Akwesimoto mo say uyi sane gidi no if ne kasa na oti ase say obeyi afi ni game ni mu a he will play obey worst player on the pitch sani oti no and the man born the ball na obo. Now I am saying this in connection with Victor Osimhen. Unim dey tell Lookman mo the also oti echa because they are crying here hindu. I don't go be a young farmer. I should 2 goals. The player in question, on answer to my show. Yes. Still, when you're born, pass him. Yes. And you know, because not because you know. I don't say. Eh? So Victor is at any free anymore. Rich, he will not be Victor Osimhen. And when he brought food to the sense on poor game, no. Oja players no na ono ko dress ozo nkaso and what born adwuma e can born adwuma no ko from baby awobobia ocean won Napoli ocean won Galatasaray oba Nigeria. That is who he is. And me assure say players need him. Say if you take that thing away from Victor, now, so the moment he become calm and quiet, unfair pass no or case bomb me so who is side the free anymore he will lose it and you just have to understand and accommodate it. Rich, a woman said for me the next game on Nigeria will be probably their biggest test, but on the ice, Rich, they really played well.
Nigeria team.
Oh my dear papa,
because now Mozambique major game now. You don't qualify by around 16.
Yes.
So I no pay and I'm a band. I say okay, my main question Mozambique for no kaka. Omunya bad side.
Omunya bad.
And Nigeria for them win a more match.
Yes, and you see, Rich, anywhere you see it, oh, the other say, oh, and no Mozambique for no sign, oh, Rich, so much sign bar.
And Nigeria
had to also play very well to beat them 4-0. And they did that. Game. Yes, they played well. Look at Iwobi. Look at Lukman. Look at the presence of Osimhen. Even the other auxiliary players in the crowd. They make sure say, look, you buy, you know, you winning all your 3 games in the group stages. And go for so a fluke. Now we are getting into the knockout stages. We need to announce ourselves. Say, last time I bought AFCON war, Ivory Coast, you can't find any fluke. And this time around, we want to go a notch higher. Rich, me say what can we into him say? So we score line inquire between Benin and Egypt.
As a deceiving kakra.
But you see, that is what the Egyptian team have turned into.
And now Benin for no.
Look, Egypt need all round teams they say. But Rich, as I'm now can in that same contest, and Egypt from win.
Okay.
They are not flamboyant team.
From nowhere.
Omunya perfect.
Because short time. Yeah, quite short and 1-1.
I can't need that team. But Rich, what wins tournaments like this sometimes can be only character. And Egypt for that say omo. And then who share AFCON be da. Na say open say only omo mashup from the beginning no ebe si same pa. One game can ignite you. Algeria, DR Congo.
Okay.
Rich, I will not miss 1 second of that match. From national anthems to the final whistle. Mijini say, we are going to watch one of the best games in the history of the AFCON. Not just this AFCON. In Sa knockout game never heard on no. Because Rich, Algeria has been phenomenal. And confirm Tepiomo, Basabani, Mone, we had Maresca. People don't really bono jam.
We had Maresca also. The born as about.
You see,
Bobo AFCON we bar.
Your players be wow. Rich, the moment they wear their national team jersey, now Omoya well in some bar, you see the difference. He's carrying the team. And team I am telling you, Algeria team a very, very good side.
Solid.
One of the dark horses at this tournament is DR Congo.
Nigeria.
It will take a lot so be you.
Okay.
Inti yewe hawa sa game no ebesi akọ Ivory Coast Burkina Faso. Ivory Coast fun was so kakra. But to how the money tap so ba mo rich. They can give you okay, African football we discuss here. Rich, there are some games because of baby a team free no. I can say when you black French teams in here, no, send any Ivory Coast a different. So Obi are there cross there or North Africa. No could share another North African team. All of a sudden the game becomes scary kaka. Sana sa game this year.
Okay.
And then from 4 p.m. to a
interesting games.
Yeah, very interesting game. But AFCON is still following the trend in Rich. The big boys.
No
man. Making so say
show up.
What that means, and they say the knockout stage is not here, bono. If we know you could cut an adeno. Yes,
big games.
Big games. Okay. And
Yem family fina yem different common na Abrante no the pragmatism by no or say my pragmatism is not about him being too rigid.
Okay.
But we witnessed how Maresca was making changes and first 11 for some games. And he you say be on your too rigid, but as a son kakra nye bebre sa
You see, that one there, it can't be guaranteed.
Nana, Bismarck, na me phone no dey me. Richardo, to be told, Ayala is the best football analyst right now in Ghana. He doesn't care if it's about his team or not. Always make sure he's doing his job without considering his bias. Okay, I don't see the message on the Abraham, no. Na yaka AFCON once me etie from Pamtao AFCON munchen ye. Akoswo Morocco. Na is AFCON baby adu ni mu de papa unless ebi AFCON ebi Ghana young qualifying ti bia won hye dan hwe bi udi ne se de na ya leka no. Odi etre TV achi na hwe bi. Bonza AFCON we mu de papa.